welcome to the Japan live stream show where we talk about less talked about aspects of Japan and answer questions that you didn't even know you had. You can catch us live every Sunday at 10 p.m. Japan Standard Time or 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, usually. I'm your host, One More Gaijin, sharing and simplifying Japan for you, showcasing Okayama Prefecture, the beautiful place that I live, but please just call me Daniel. It is episode number 5. We've made it to number 5, guys. I'm pretty excited about that. Today we're going to be talking about the meaning of Wabi-Sabi and why you need it in your life. I'm pretty stoked about this one. I really like Wabi-Sabi and kind of the deeper meanings behind it. But if you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for taking your time and joining us. You might want to skip ahead a couple of minutes, like 3 to 4 minutes, just to get into the content if you want, or hang around. Try to catch us live next time if you do want to, but I do understand that sometimes it's just impossible. So let me know in the comments down below what time you guys would like to see the stream. I haven't really narrowed it down yet, but was kind of still trying out some different times. But we're going to be chewing the mochi. It looks like everything is going okay on the stream. I haven't really checked it. Stream health looks shaky. But how about you guys on that side? If you guys are watching right now, how is my audio? I had a bit of an echo last time, which I'm really sorry about. Hopefully I fixed it. Yeah, fix that. I was hearing myself. It looks like we got Countryside Limbo in the chat, as always. Thank you so much for that share on Twitter as well. That always helps. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, please like the stream, share it out with your friends, because it helps. It helps more than you know. Getting your friends involved, and hopefully they can join and we can talk about cool stuff in Japan. That's what I like to do. But yeah, so how is everyone going? We've got a pretty big hurricane actually hitting Tokyo right now. Luckily, we in Okayama are pretty far from it. We got a little bit of wind, but really nothing. But apparently a lot of schools and jobs are canceled tomorrow. But yeah, if you guys are watching, let me know how you are doing. What time is it where you are? Just trying to get into so Wabi-Sabi. We got a great show coming up. Like I said, I'm really excited about all of this stuff coming up. If you want to type in the chat, what does Wabi-Sabi mean to you? If you know, or if you think you know. I'm going to show that Dorian Pass. I don't know why that got blocked there, Limbo. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you guys had that one. So she says that Dorian passed us like a small breeze. 9:03 in Georgia. I'm getting up early. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, there was that big hurricane. It kind of hit the east coast of America. Glad you guys in Georgia are safe. I haven't really checked out the damage in Florida and the Bahamas and everything. Hopefully everyone is okay. Adisa's fixing the clock over there. You might hear some beeping going on. Yeah, so if you guys are in the chat, what is Wabi-Sabi to you? I would really like to know. I mean, what do you guys think it is? There's really no wrong. I mean, I guess there are wrong answers, like Wabi-Sabi's ice cream. And I guess you could try to argue that if you really wanted to. And I guess you wouldn't be right. Sure, there are no wrong answers here. Give me whatever you want. Oh man, I had a sake party yesterday with there's a guy. I won't say his name, but because I don't know how he feels about being named on live. But he's a foreign. He's a guy from Scotland, and he brews sake at a sake brewery, obviously. Very rare. There's not many people like that. So Countryside Limbo says, I had to look up Wabi-Sabi, not gonna lie. I heard the concept, but never the term for it. Yeah, so Yeah, I think a lot of people have probably heard of it, maybe not super sure what it means. Maybe they have a feeling for it, which is fine. No, I mean, I would never, never, ever shame anyone for not knowing something. If you don't know something, that's fine. You just learn about what it is. Hopefully, you can learn something on the Japan live stream show. It looks like today we don't have too many people joining us, which is fine. People are busy. I understand. I'm a busy guy. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So, I've got some cool stuff to show you, or a cool thing to show you that I'm really proud of. But I'll show you to that later. So, we'll be talking about wabi-sabi. Like I said, we're going to first talk about what it is. That's how I do number one, is with my pinky now. How it is used in Japanese life. That's number two. That's my baseball number two. And then the deeper meaning behind it. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, so three things. So what wabi-sabi is, how it is used in Japanese life, and the deeper meaning behind it. Countryside Limo says, it isn't the love of simplicity. Yeah, you could say that. Maybe like not the love of it, but just simplicity itself would probably be a good one. But there's much more behind it, which is what we're going to talk about. So what is it? It's not very easy to directly translate. So wabi-sabi, if you do see it translated, a lot of times you'll see it translated in architectural books, books that teach art, anything about Japanese art especially. It is beauty in imperfection, or even simpler, flawed beauty. Which is kind of an oxymoron, flawed and beauty. But we'll talk more about that. The first part of it, wabi, means simple, quiet, rustic, understated. And then sabi is like elegance or beauty with age. So if you want to talk about like a fine wine that's aged really well, or like how copper forms a patina, I think that's how how it kind of changes colors, or maybe a wood will get lighter in color or darker in color, or the grain will start showing, or even leather, how you break in really good leather if you take care of it. So that's sabi. So you put those together, you get wabi-sabi, which is beauty in imperfection. They mostly describe physical objects with that, but there is a lifestyle meaning behind it as well. There's kind of a like a mindset behind it as well. So it's kind of difficult to understand the exact words like wabi-sabi, but if you put if you try to grasp those kinds of thoughts, I guess, like thinking about like an old house on the corner of the street, how it's kind of still standing. Maybe it's kind of become rusted and kind of dilapidated, but it's still standing, and you can kind of reminisce about how it used to be. That can kind of be wabi-sabi as well, but also just kind of simplicity, especially when you're talking about architect. So how is it used? Wabi-sabi, how is it used in Japanese life? So what you'll see is basically you see it in temples and shrines a lot, because they're very subdued. Buddhism is usually, now not all forms of Buddhism, but usually is very simple. Shinto is a very simple religion as well, especially like Zen Buddhism. And you see it in the art world a lot. So we talked about, especially the temples and shrines, how some of them be very simple, understated, and old as well. And they don't try to make it look too new. Shrines and temples, they will remodel them if they become a danger to the structure itself. But they try to let nature kind of take its course most of the time, not all the time. So yeah, and you'll see it in pottery especially. So there is one, I think I can show it to you guys now. So Okayama Prefecture, kind of giving a shout out, is known for what's called bizen yaki. So bizen is an area in Okayama Prefecture, and yaki is pottery. So bizen yaki is bizen pottery, and it's very, very wabi-sabi. And a lot of people, it's kind of a like or dislike. A kind of love-hate relation, not love-hate relationship. So people either like it or they hate it. I really like it, and so I have one piece that I've bought, and I'm gonna make sure you guys can see this. So this is just a cup, a mug, kind of for tea. I use it for coffee sometimes or tea, but so you can see the colors. I'm just making sure that this is in focus and has light. So it's very brown. Yeah. Countryside Limber says, "Whoa." Yeah. So not something you would see most of the time. Bisenyaki is really unique. I think I love it so much. So you can see the rustic colors. It's very rough. I don't know if you can see it. Too much. There she has a story. I'm glad you joined. I'm just showing off my bisenyaki. So we're talking about blah blah blah. My Hiroshima Live is here as well. Thank you guys for joining so much. So yeah, fun to drink coffee and tea from, I bet. Yes, it is. It is very awesome to drink. So you can see it's kind of rough, rustic colors, asymmetric. You know, there are curves in there. You know, it's not perfect. There are like rocks kind of stuck in there. It's thick. I don't know. I just love it so much. But this is like if you were to describe wabi-sabi, to me, bisenyaki is wabi-sabi. There are different styles of bisenyaki. Some are more not so wabi-sabi. I don't like that style as much, but I like this one. So yeah, like. Maybe that helps, I think, for describing wabi-sabi in pottery. Also, there's a thing called kintsugi. So if pottery has broken, or like a cup has broken or cracked, say, there's an art that I'm gonna say me dibble. Thank you for joining. I'm just talking about wabi-sabi. And kind of explaining some stuff. So kintsugi is where if a crack has appeared in some pottery or you know, not even like a mug but other stuff, they will fill it with gold, because the thinking behind it is that flaw has made it more beautiful. So they put gold in it to make it even more beautiful. It's really great. Yeah. So she has a story. I love the meaning of kintsugi. Yeah. It's really cool. It's very unique. And if you Google image search kintsugi, you'll see some really cool stuff. So all that stuff people have used, they have broke, and they fill it with gold because they want to appreciate those flaws. It's really great. Some other things like kado and sado. Kado is also ikebana, which is flower arranging. So if you look at flower arranging, a lot of the stuff, you know, is wabi-sabi is a very important key to it, like asymmetric, making asymmetrical shapes in the flower arranging, using different colors, and having a certain balance as well. Sado is tea ceremony. So bisenyaki is also used in tea ceremony as well. Very simple, very understated. It is all about being quiet and enjoying the moment. If you've never had the chance to be a part of a tea ceremony, I really highly recommend it. It's something super hard to explain. Like, you think I'm just getting served tea, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're in the moment, everyone's sitting there watching this, maybe not even a master, it could be an amateur, but performing the tea ceremony, getting everything ready, the sounds and the smells and all the, you know, the textures, they really add a very wabi-sabi kind of feel to everything. We talked about architecture before. You know, if you go to shrines and temples, a lot of Japanese houses can sometimes have wabi-sabi aspects to them. Kimono and yukata. So as women get older, just like a fine wine, they will wear more subdued kimono and yukata, not as flashy, not as bright colors. And I love those so much more than the flashy kimono or yukata that younger girls will wear. And men, I think, as well. I'm not a huge kimono or yukata expert, so don't quote me on anything. Let's just check the cat. Let's check the cat. Let's check the cat. Check the chat. That's difficult. Check the chat. So let's see. She has a story. I love the meaning of kintsugi. Yeah, it is really amazing. And then I think you were talking about the tea ceremony. She says, on my list. I can't believe I've never been a part of one. I do believe that Korakuen offers tea ceremony stuff. I don't know how you would sign up, but if you go to Korakuen, they have a lot of English brochures and stuff, and they would definitely definitely help you out. The tea ceremony is an art. Yeah, it really is. I've actually practiced it for about 3 months when I studied abroad, and it's really difficult. It's so difficult. Like, you don't know the small things that's going on behind it, and also sitting in seiza, in kneeled position. It's really difficult. Countryside limo, vote to rename the chat to cat. Yeah, if you guys, well, that's what we'll say. Let's check the cat. Yeah, so that's kind of how it is used. Now we're going to talk about the deeper meaning after our break time, and I got some music for you guys, so hopefully you'll like it. So our quiz. I'm excited about this one. It's not something that's a right or wrong answer. Check the cat, Neko chat cat. All right, been to a tea house in Kyoto, but not had a tea ceremony. It's still really good, Midaibo. I think you can still appreciate a lot of that, especially in Kyoto. Kyoto is such a cool place to experience that. But it is quiz time, so this is a little bit different. There's no right or wrong answer. But I'm excited to hear what you guys, or see what you guys write. What is something wabi-sabi around you, or something that you saw today? So I want you guys to think about your day today, good or bad. I want you to think about something that was wabi-sabi that happened to you, or that you can see around you today. Okay? And My Hiroshima Live says the wrist power evolved in the tea ceremony. Yeah, you gotta get that really down. All right, we are gonna go to the quiz. I'm gonna take maybe a minute break. We haven't been going too long, but I'm excited to see what you guys say. All right, we are back. Just gonna go to the chat a little bit. So you guys were writing some pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like the music. So my Countryside Limo said epic music. My Hiroshima Live said I feel relaxed. I wish I had a hot green tea in my hands in your cup. I'm not giving you my cup. This is a treasure of mine. I love it so much. But if you come to Okayama, you can definitely get some cool stuff, and it's not that expensive if you think about how it's made and everything. What do we got out? So Me Dibble, he said I bought a bamboo tea whisk bag from Japan. My dad thought it was a shaving brush. That is awesome. I could definitely see how your dad would think that. He was probably thinking though, this must hurt like hell. Did he actually use it? That would be awesome. My Hiroshima Live says, thanks to all the subscribers from this chat last week. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you guys for going over and supporting him and what he's doing. So answering the question, Countryside Limo said, I watched the sun rise through the trees as I ate breakfast this morning. Very peaceful. Sounds amazing, and that can definitely be wabi-sabi, and we'll get to those kinds of feelings coming up soon, so stay tuned. Yes. Where am I? Okay. Hiroshima Live says I put up a new video yesterday-ish on okonomiyaki and uni horen. Horenso? I don't know. I didn't see that one. The two comedians. Yes, okay. Yeah, so Limbo says with the two comedians that you guys did with the comedians, that'd be cool. I have to check it out. I can't say what around me is what you said. I've been in the workshop until my eyes in sawdust. What do you do, me Dibble? I'd like to know. Yeah. So, So we got a couple of answers. You guys aren't getting any echo, are you? I hope not. If you guys do have any problems with the live, just let me know, like, as soon as possible, so I can fix it. I don't want anything. We need hold in sea urchin and hold in spinach. Okay, yeah, that's what I was figuring. Yeah. So countryside limo trying to help Dibble out there with the smell of sawdust as you do repeated motions would be wabi-sabi. Yeah, I mean anything can really be wabi-sabi if you think deep enough. I think it just depends on how you feel personally about it. If you hate it, then it might not be wabi-sabi. But yeah, if it makes you kind of think about like how what you're making is becoming or something. I don't know. I'm lost for words. New computer cabinet. Wow, that'd be really difficult, but super worth it in the end. So, super wabi-sabi. That's our new thing. Super wabi-sabi. Check the cat. All right, so let's talk about the deeper meaning. So, like I said, I really like wabi-sabi. It hits me in so many right ways, I guess. How I feel about my life and how I aim to live my life. No one's perfect, but so first of all, I do love the art style behind it, rustic and asymmetrical. That's what was weird. I had my headphones in. I was like, "Are you guys getting an echo?" I had my headphones in. I'm an idiot. So I love the art style behind wabi-sabi. Like I said, you have bizenyanki like this, and it's just one of my favorite things. I fell in love with it as soon as I saw this. I went to an older man's a potter who made this stuff, and all of it was so amazing. Did not get to buy anything from him, but I did buy this in Bikanchika, which is a beautiful place in Kurashiki, Okayama. But so wabi-sabi, to me, now this is my opinion. And everyone is entitled to their opinions, and maybe some might not agree, but this is how I feel about wabi-sabi. And it teaches you to accept mistakes in yourself and in others. So remember what we went back to before. It's flawed beauty, or beauty in imperfection. So you seeing these mistakes in other people and in yourself, and accepting those, and kind of trying to see the good parts of those, and to appreciate the beauty in everything that you see, all the flaws, all the imperfections, and not just people but everything. If you start thinking like that, I think it really releases a lot of stress and a lot of pressure on you, if you can do it. It's not an easy thing to do, and I'm not saying I do it all the time. Like, that would be impossible. Just to let you guys know, stream elements, my guy right there is my wife Arisa. Would love to have you watch her on her stream on Twitch. So if you guys do watch Twitch, she would greatly appreciate it if you can follow her on Twitch. She does a lot of streaming Guild Wars 2, and I think she's trying to get in some new games soon, but right now it's just Guild Wars. But anyways, check her out. So there's a thing called mono no aware, which is the being there's the moderator coming out. I knew I could get her out if I said something about her Twitch stream. So mono no aware, I think that's a good pronunciation. Mono no aware, right?
What?
Mono no aware.
Aware.
Yeah, mono no aware. That's a difficult. It's difficult. I'm saying it right. Mono no aware. Yeah, right. So it's being aware of things. For example, like the bittersweet feeling, realizing that things don't last in life, but appreciating those things. So Limbo said, if I'm allowed to just shorten your name to Limbo, huh? If not, just let me know. Um, she said that watching the sunset or sunrise, while she was eating breakfast to the trees, is is wabi-sabi, and that's very true. And it's also those feelings of this only happens, this sunset, this moment is only going to happen once, and it's finished. Like that to me is wabi-sabi, and also kind of connected to the mono no aware. Both of these are very Zen Buddhist ways of thinking. But yeah, just simplified to being in the moment. So that to me is the deeper meaning of wabi-sabi. Like it goes past things. It goes past architecture. It goes past people making fun of me in the chat. So it goes past things. It goes past architecture. It goes past art. It goes into how you view your life. I mean, you could definitely go the opposite and look at people and see their flaws and not like them, or accept them and and accept your flaws. But there is also you do want to try to get better, of course. But I think that balance of accepting your flaws and then trying to get better, to me, is the best. So and to me the best, also the what Dibble, the stream elements, the looks a very strange game. That's my bot. He's automated, just putting out things like that. But the best thing to me about wabi-sabi is you don't have to be in Japan to experience it. So you can look around. You can in your house, looking at the like the dying flowers or the changing of the seasons, or the sunset and sunrise. You can look at all of these things, and you don't have to be in Japan. Like wabi-sabi is not only Japan, and that's the great thing about it. Hiroshima Live. Sorry, I had to dip out for a bit. The live finale to Anata no Ban desu. Okay, all right. You recommend on Hulu? I don't have Hulu. I have Netflix. But yeah, thank you for joining so much. Always great to have you. And then Limbo says, embrace imperfection so you can know yourself more and become better. Exactly. And it's so easy to say. It's so easy to say, but extremely difficult to do. But, just realizing is the first step. And I do want to say that, not every, I don't want you guys, probably people in Japan already know this, but people who are not in Japan might get this romantic feeling about Japan and about wabi-sabi. And that's not what I'm trying to do. I don't want to spread this kind of Japan is this kind of exotic and really strange place that has this kind of way of thinking, and everyone thinks like that. That's not true. It would be great if everyone did this, but it's not. Not every Japanese person can explain what wabi-sabi is. Probably 99% of them can't. Not 90% of them don't live like that lifestyle. They don't, and we should never expect them to. So it's just mostly a term used in the art world. If you do start talking about the deeper meanings behind it, not many Japanese people know it. Some people will, some people won't. But don't think that all Japanese people are going to be like this. That's not what I want to spread. I really dislike a lot of the stuff that is spread on media. Things like Japan is so wacky and so strange and things like that. It's not true. And it's the same with this. So, whoever is Twitch streaming, that looks like a strange game. Yeah, she was playing, I think, probably Alice in Wonderland 2. Yeah. The last game you played.
2 days ago, I played Ollie.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a dark steampunkish version of Alice in Wonderland. It's pretty cool. It's like a puzzle game. She has to start daily practice. Yes, exactly. Everything you do. If you want to get better, daily practice. Same thing with your mindset. It's not only physical, it's also mental. So now what I want you guys is a little bit different from previous streams. So we had a quiz time. We're not gonna have a quiz time now, but now maybe hopefully you've learned something. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, that's my fault. Now, have you experienced anything wabi-sabi today? Is what I want to ask you. Now that you know the deeper meaning behind it, what do you guys think now? Also, while you guys are thinking about that, unfortunately, there's no live stream next week. I will be babysitting our cute, super cute little niece. So I will be doing that with Arisa, and so no live stream next week. But in 2 weeks, which is like, what day is that? It is the 22nd. Whoa, the 22nd. Oh no, I might have to do something on my birthday. I'm turning 30 on September 18th. I'm turning 30, and I don't know how to feel about that. I'm feeling very wabi-sabi about it. So yeah, I'll try to do something. I need to make out some more videos for you guys instead of just live streams only. Though I do love doing these. I do need to pump out some more content. But yeah, next live stream will be on the 22nd if nothing comes up. If something does, I will let you guys know on Facebook and Twitter and maybe even Instagram if you guys do follow me. Let's check the cat. Countryside, I hope you guys have fun babysitting. It's always extremely fun babysitting our little niece. It's keeps me young, I guess. Dibble says Japan is a strange, weird place. It's also a cool, brilliant, joyful place. Yeah, they're both things. But the biggest thing I want people to take away, if you take anything away from my channel, is that there's only one. But I said the biggest thing, but there are things. Don't believe everything you see on media, like on the internet. Like they're taking like strange parts of Japanese culture and flooding it to you. Don't believe everything, and Japanese people are people too. They're not this strange culture that we can't connect with, because in the end we have so many more similarities than differences. And that was something I had to learn, and it's something that I like to preach to other people. And you said I'm so young. Yeah. I mean, I feel good. I'm not super worried about turning 30. It's just another step in my life, and hopefully my long life. I don't know. Maybe I won't even make it. Hopefully not. But I take it as it comes. Sorry, Tybo. It's very hard to put those thoughts into words. Wait, what? I didn't catch anything. I just caught your it. Did you say something after that? No. If she has a story, if you're still in here, I'm glad you got your iPhone back. She dropped it.
Oh.
She dropped it in Okayama on her bike, I guess is how the story went, and she used the app find my phone, and someone had brought it to a police station. So Okayama people are the nicest. Represent, yes. But you'll find that most of the time in most of Japan. Though I have had my this is really weird. I had my bike light, my bike pump, like a side pump, like for cycling. If you rupture your tire, you can pump it up. And my bike lock, all stolen, but not my bike. They stole the lock off of it. They stole the light off of it. They stole my pump, but did not steal the bike. So I don't know. But I've also had my wallet returned. So it's it's usually you're pretty safe if something does happen like that. So I'm glad you got your stuff back. But yeah. So I mean, what do you guys think? Anything wabi-sabi today? Did you guys feel anything? Yeah, exactly. I guess I had to. It was kind of a pain in the butt. She has a story. She said the small things don't matter. Yeah, it was kind of a pain in the butt, but I got my stuff. I just had to rebuy things, but they didn't steal my bike, so I was happy about that. Just living in the moment. Bike wheel thefts. Yeah, I know that one. Usually when I do lock my bike, I lock. How do I lock it? I lock the front tire to the chassis or to the frame, and then lock it to something that doesn't move. But at that time, I thought it was in Japan. I don't really need to actually turn. It's a number tumbler. So I just had my numbers on my or had the passcode already set, so you could just pull the lock off. Because I thought it was in Japan, no one was gonna steal it, but they stole it. So, Robert Kosinski, thank you for joining. Hello 30. I'm gonna wait until you hit 50. Yeah, I mean,
50 is my parents.
yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'll probably feel the same as I do when I hit 30. Maybe I'll be a little bit slower. Hopefully not. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not too worried about age. I'm enjoying life. You know, I have a beautiful wife, a loving wife, a great family. You know, I'm in a place that I really like. You know, and I enjoy what I'm doing on live streams with you guys all the time. So if I can continue that, I'll be super happy. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got about Wabi-Sabi, guys. I really, really enjoyed. Yeah, I'm living Wabi-Sabi right now, Limbo. Yes, I mean, it's good times. Yeah, it's living. Yeah, she has a story. That is living. Yeah, but like I said, I really don't have any much for Wabi-Sabi, but I will definitely stay around here and keep chatting with you guys for a while if you guys want. Always thought if you had cash flow, Japan would be a playground. Well, if you had to work, it could be very difficult with its work structure. Robert Kaczynski says, yeah, I feel like that's most places though. Like if you have a lot of money, everything's a playground. Maybe, I don't know. I've never had a lot of money, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I think if you had a lot of money, Japan would be extremely fun. It's already extremely fun, anyways. Dibble says you heard a little bit more. You will make sounds when standing up. All look forward to at 50. All to look forward when standing up. All to look forward at. I think I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I've definitely noticed my little aches and pains turning 30. So I'm sure there will be more when I turn 50. The Sake and Gyoza event, yeah. So yesterday, I was talking a little bit about that in the beginning of the stream, but yes, that was really fun. They had some really super rare sake. Like one was there. They only make 300 bottles of it a year, and only this year, like the sake kind of changes every year. It was great. It was really good sake. Some stuff that I really liked. So. Great people too. That little bar that we went to, it's called Eikaiwa Rooftop Bar. Really nice area. I've never been there. And it really is on a rooftop. You can look over Okayama City, kind of. It was really cool. And then we went out and drank sake by the river after that. And then I came home. It was really good. But unfortunately, a lot of people are leaving Okayama, going to Tokyo, going back home, stuff like that. It's always kind of sad to see. I guess that's kind of the curse of being a foreigner. You have to say goodbye to a lot of your friends. Yeah, Limbo, you said that before. I remember. You want to try? So I want to try sake, but I have no idea what to look for when it comes to quality. I guess the big one that you're gonna want to be looking for is I gotta make sure I am getting this term right, because sake is difficult to get into because of all the Japanese words and stuff, and if you don't read Japanese, it's even more difficult. So let's see. I need a cough.
Can you buy from Amazon?
She's not talking about that, but like kind of what good sake is, like how to know what good sake is. So I'm looking at something really quick. If you guys know, just put it down in the comments right there. I'm looking for the term. I think it's like Junmai. So ginjo, dai ginjo. Yes. So anything Yeah, so this is it. There are a couple of grades. So we're going into sake instead of wabi-sabi. I'm super fine with that as well. So there's ginjoshu, which is kind of a lower. Let's see. I don't want to explain. I don't want to explain all of this because the one that you want to be looking for is called Junmai Daiginjo, and I'll put that in the chat. I think that's about right. Junmai Daiginjo. Yeah. So what that is regarded as the highest grade sake. The best products in this class. They have a really good, refined taste of like acidity and umami, which is like meaty kind of flavors. So that's what you kind of want to look for. They have the best kind of sake. It's kind of, sorry, I am dying again. So it's kind of like the top grade of sake. Just to make it easier for you. And then Dibble says, I loved aged sake. It's a much richer flavor. Yeah, you can get some really cool stuff from aged sake. I also enjoy some of it. But yeah. I just don't know how you would get sake. I haven't really bought sake in America, so I don't really know too much about it. Unfortunately. Maybe Arisa was saying like looking at Amazon. Definitely looking at Amazon. And also there's the guy that I was talking about. He runs a website called Origin Sake, and really good. He really knows his stuff. Will that not link out? I don't know. OriginSake.com. I guess that's not making a link, but you can just copy and paste that. Yeah, so OriginSake.com is a really good place to just learn anything about sake. So yeah, just on how to enjoy sake, brewing it, different breweries, all kinds of stuff. He really knows his stuff. Dibble, good sake is easy to get, but it will cost you a fortune. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, that's probably true. Because here you can get a pretty good sake for maybe 2,000 yen, 3,000 yen. So 20-30 bucks. A decent bottle of it. The rare stuff is obviously more expensive. Plum infused sake is nice. I've never had plum infused in sake, but I do. What did I just say? I've never had plum fused in sake. I've never had plum infused sake. But I am a big fan of umeshu. I'm actually making my own umeshu, or plum liquor, plum wine, as we speak. It's aging right now. It's been aging for about 3 months. Trying to age it for about a year. But I'll have to try that. I've never had a plum infused sake. So I would really, really like to try some of that. I am a big fan of plums. I love ume. It's one of my favorite things in Japanese food. So I need to learn to kind of pace myself. I always get like coughs and stuff. Like I guess I talk too much, or talk too fast. So I'm just a noob streamer. I need to watch the big boys and see how they do it. Maybe they're not talking as much. But let's check we got 7 people watching. Jesus, guys, I didn't know there were so many people here. That's amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me. That's really amazing. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, just please make sure to take a couple seconds and do like the stream. It helps YouTube figure out, hey, this guy actually kind of knows what he's talking about. People like him. And if you don't like it, give it a dislike, and that actually helps too. It just says that, hey, maybe this kind of person doesn't like this video, so I won't show it to this kind of person. It's really interesting, the YouTube algorithm. Dibble says, I got really good sake from a brewery on Sado Island, but I can't tell you the name. It was 15 years ago. Yeah, where's Sado Island? I don't know. I'm not super familiar with it. Okayama has some pretty good sake. I really enjoy a lot of their sake. Even the cheaper stuff is really good. Looks like, let's see, we had 10 viewers at one time. That's amazing. I'm super excited. Like, when I first started this stream, guys, just to let you guys know, I was hoping for like 3 people. And you guys have always, like, every stream, every week, you guys have been so into it. So it's really helps me continue the stream. I don't want to be talking to just nobody. I would still probably do it just because I do enjoy not having to edit so much. But it is nice to actually have you guys talking in the comments and adding so much more to the conversation. It really helps. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys didn't like this stream, just please do. And sharing is even the biggest thing you guys can do. It really helps out. Whoa! Oh no! My light turned off. It ran out of batteries.
Aww.
My light turned off. I'm still not too dark. Maybe it overheated. No, it turned off. On Sado Island's off the coast of Niigata. Niigata Prefecture, I think, has some really good sake as well. I do not know firsthand, but I've heard. She has a story. Yay, you have been so generous with information. Thank you. Well, yeah, I'm glad that I'm helping you guys out. Like, that's what I really want to do. So I'm glad you guys are getting some great information out of it. Sad that my light went out. I have an extra battery, but I think that's probably gonna be it for me, guys. It's been about 50 minutes. We've had a pretty long discussion. I was actually thinking of starting a little bit earlier, maybe 30 minutes early, and just kind of have just chatting in the beginning of the live stream for you guys. Let me know how you feel about that. Like down in the comments or on Twitter and things like that. Just so I can chat with you guys a little bit more, and I don't feel so rushed. Like, I don't feel like I'm just leaving you guys. Because I would love to do it longer, but I have work on Mondays, so, and I do get like really pumped up for like live streams. So after the live stream, I really I have to really calm down and let my brain kind of turn off. Happy birthday early. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this will be my birthday, the 18th. If you guys were not here, there will be no live stream, unfortunately, next week. So we some family things that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to be babysitting my niece, or Alisa's niece, our niece. And so that's what we're going to be doing. And then, but there should be one next week, which I think was on the 22nd. But unfortunately, my birthday's on the 18th, so I won't get to see you guys before then. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry. But that is gonna be it, I think. Thank you guys so much. Let's end the show. You guys were really great. I'm really kind of sad to leave you guys, but here we go. I even got some like outro music, so. Alright guys, that is the end. If you want to see more, click the video right there. And if you want to click the video down there, that's what YouTube suggests. And down here, if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. I will see you guys in 2 weeks, hopefully. Cheers.